Hello and welcome to the Kaijus in the Details, a chronological examination of the Kaiju film. I'm Ian.
I'm Haru.
We watched a bad movie today. It's called Varan the Unbelievable. It's the American version. It sucks. Haru, what do you think of this?
I would say easily in the top 5 worst kaiju movies we've seen so far.
Oh, I put it at number 1. It is the worst Kaiju film we've watched this entire time.
That's a fair place. I would have to go back and rewatch some of the other bad ones to rank it, but yeah, no, it's up there.
The only one that sticks out in my mind is anywhere close to this is Snow Creature.
Yeah.
But that's because nothing happens in that film. But in this one, the only things that happen in the movie we watched last week.
Yeah.
And it's more racist somehow. I think this might be the most racist.
So bad.
This might be the most racist film we've watched yet. King Kong is in the contention there, but oh boy.
Oh my god.
Where do we even start with this? Where do we even start?
Don't
watch this. I'm just gonna say that right off the top. Watch the Japanese version if you must. Don't watch this.
So, Jim is our main character here. And
is that his name? I thought his name was Whitey McWhiterson.
I mean, and he's like, he's doing these experiments which are harmful to the environment, and he doesn't care, and it wakes up a big monster that attacks everything. He takes no accountability for being the reason the monster woke up. And then turns out his chemical is actually a good thing because it kills the monster.
Wow.
And they lived happily ever after. This plot cannot be serious.
It's because they made an entire different film. There is a grand total of 15 minutes of the original Varan in this movie, and it's mostly the monster stomping around.
Yeah.
And the movie that they've made around it is just abysmal. It's just the worst.
Yep. He's got a Japanese wife who is very subservient to him.
We love to see it.
And a kid, was that his kid or just a kid from the village?
Just a kid from the village is why he never appears again after the village is destroyed.
And God. And that's not even talking about how the villagers are treated in this movie. Somehow worse than the original.
Yeah. It's abysmal.
Like, they just step in there. We're gonna do these experiments to try and turn like salt water into drinkable water or whatever. And have no care or question about what this is going to do to the entire ecosystem and the villagers who rely on this lake to live, and not even listen to them when they're like, hey, we've got the he says it himself, like they have this legend where if you meddle too much, like this monster will wake up and destroy everything. But the villagers have no representation, no agency, they're just there, and the guy, they're just a nuisance to his project.
Quite literally. He says the line, should we be concerned about a handful of people when we could invent something that could help the whole world?
Literally, Mr. The ends justify the means.
Literally Mr. Genocide, because he's forcibly evacuating them from their home where they've lived, which is an island, and then they're moving them to another, like, just to Tokyo, I guess. Like, they changed, by the way. It used to be in the mountains of Japan. Now it's in an island off the coast of Japan or something. Close enough to where they're still considered Japanese. Wink.
To their credit, they're not referred to as the Tibet of Japan anymore.
That is true. They did stop
That's
that part.
the only positive thing, I guess. It, yeah, no, like you don't even get to experience anything about what the villagers' lives are like. They're just like there. You don't learn anything about their culture, their
Well, other than their
religion.
god, which they've
It's just,
renamed.
yeah, it's just they have this god and that's it. That like
It's
they're just there.
the god's name is Obaki now instead of Baradagi. I assume it's just some bastardization of Baradagi to Obaki. They said it means ancient reptile, but I don't trust this movie to know Japanese at all.
Yeah.
They've got a bunch of Japanese
Um,
American actors in here, including the wife and the army guy. But I don't think they actually speak any Japanese. I think they're like too many generations removed.
yeah.
Because the guy is saying basic ass shit like 1, 2, 3 into the radio, and it's like, I don't know that you actually speak Japanese, friend.
Yeah. Or if you do, it is definitely not your first language.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, that guy's such a bad actor. I could believe it was his first language. That guy is
Fair enough,
probably the
yeah.
worst actor I've ever seen in my entire life. Oh my god. Stunning.
Also, I love how they just throw in like the the wife. I can't remember her name. She's barely even a character.
Yeah.
Like she like one night she's just like, well, couldn't you pick like any other lake to do this experiment on? And he's like, no, we found the perfect
Oh,
lake.
hold up. No, he says, yeah, but we found the perfect one right here. It's like, but wait, there's like a bunch of people here. Then it's not the perfect one, is it? Maybe you should spend some more time finding a perfect lake, asshole. Also,
Like,
it's for a desalination chemical. Why is the lake salinic?
yeah, they're
Like, I know it's on an island, but like, why salty lake? It's not fucking Superior.
it's yeah, and then they find out that the chemical is killing all the fish that live in the lake, and he's just like, oh well, it's for the better good.
Like he just killed their entire food supply because he eventually decides not to evacuate them on the like wishes of his wife. Like, please don't do a genocide. They're saying that you're a tyrant over in Tokyo. Please stop doing a genocide. And he's like, well, okay. If it's anything to
They're
make my
definitely
wife not
stretching the
cry.
truth about me.
They're taking everything out of proportion there.
They're just spreading baseless rumors. None of what they're saying is actually factually, objectively true.
Anyways, we should have laws governing newspapers. One of the characters says that. Not the white guy, to be fair. He does push back on that. But the Japanese military guy he's talking to literally like says we should have laws governing newspapers and what they're allowed to print.
Oh my god.
Huh? I guess one thing to talk about is that this film looks like ass. Looks like ass from a butt. Looks like poop from an ass from a butt. So the original, as we said last time, the original film was designed to be fit for television. So they stretched the footage to make it look good, like to make it widescreen instead of like the 4:3 or whatever. And then this movie recorded new footage, and apparently the footage they got from the original movie, they had like bacon grease smeared all over it, and then they fucking cut it for TV.
Mm-hmm.
So it's all stretched out for movie, and then they cut the parts that were stretched out for movie, and now it's for TV. So now there's just a ton. It just looks like ass, and there's so much footage missing. And the new footage they shot was also chopped like that for some reason. And they do these weird little side wipes, like a fucking Star Wars movie.
Yeah.
But they still maintain the same length of the footage, so you just see the entire length of the footage that you haven't been seeing this entire time slide across the screen when it does these side wipes. I think it does it like 3 times. And like, why? Why?
Also, there's just a bunch of like really awkward cuts where we're
Extremely.
jumping from one scene to the next, and like,
They're
there's a
trying to stitch
degree
together
where
2 movies.
like there's a degree where okay, yeah, that is going to happen because they're editing this for like a different audience, and they're like,
And they're only using
the,
15 minutes of footage from the original movie and making a bunch of new shit and trying to
yeah,
stitch it in.
so like
Somehow.
there are degrees where it's like, okay, yeah, no, I can understand why there would be awkward cuts, but it's like they didn't care and just had a ton of them instead of it just being like a few scattered in there. No care and effort was put into making this movie look good.
Yeah. The only decent actor in the new portions is the main guy, obviously, Myron Healy, mostly known
Mhm.
for Western films.
Yeah, I kind of recognized him. I don't know what else I've seen him in, but
He's got that cowboy swagger.
he does. He's very recognizable. It's also entirely possible I've not seen anything he's in, and he's just kind of generic white main character.
He does look like
But,
some of the guys we've previously covered, but he has not any of them. We've not seen him in a movie for this podcast yet, as
yeah.
far as I can tell.
Um. Yeah, no, like it's possible I have seen him in some old westerns, but like, yeah, he's a guy,
Yeah.
and as acting wise, I think he does a decent job.
Yeah, he's fine. It's just the character he's playing is reprehensible.
Yeah,
And it doesn't, like, the movie doesn't know that the character is awful. The movie thinks the character is good.
yeah, no, like literally everything he does is horrible, and at
Just
no
awful.
point does the movie just stop and think, well, should he be doing this? It's like, no, of course he should be doing this. Are there consequences for what he does? Yeah, but like, those were kind of like
He's got to
they're not
do it.
his fault. They're not his fault.
Think of how many people will be helped by his invention. A slightly less expensive desalination process.
And
I can't believe that's what it is. A fucking desalination chemical. What the fuck are
yeah,
you talking about?
like they just rewrote this entire movie with their own weird fan fiction of some way to fit the monster into the movie. Like, it's just an entirely different. Just make a new movie at this point. Don't even use any of the other footage. Just make your own
Yeah, but
movie.
then they'd have to spend money on effects for that. This way, they don't have to spend any money.
Yeah.
Well, except for the money to acquire it, which might
Hmm.
have been cheaper than making your own thing. I don't know.
Yeah. I like they didn't have to put in the money to make a whole new suit. Like that they just use like all the footage from the original movie.
By the way, the
So
film does not credit any of the original Toho crew, even though there are some of the actors are in there, and obviously the special effects are in there, which is awesome. What'd you think about the music?
I wasn't even paying attention to the music in this one, to be honest.
I thought it was surprisingly good, and so I looked up. I looked up where it's from because it obviously wasn't from this movie.
Uh-huh.
It's from The Amazing Colossal Man, which we'll be watching shortly,
Oh.
like in a few episodes. I don't actually know how many. Where is it? Oh no, is it not on my list?
Oh.
Oh no. We need to do that one. That one's definitely a kaiju film. It's a man who becomes large, just like the 50-foot woman.
Yeah. Hopefully it's better
1957.
than
Damn
that
it!
one, but we'll see.
It's just not on my list. How did I miss that
Uh,
one? That's annoying. I guess we'll have to go back and get that one. Luckily, the sequel is still in 1958, where we're at right now.
mhm.
Well, technically, with Varan the Unbelievable, we're in 1962, but we're in 1958 as with Varan.
Mhm.
I also noticed one tiny musical cue that maybe is from Mothra, although because Mothra comes out in 1961 and then this dub comes out in 62. But it might have also just been in the original movie because that movie had so many cues that were like things you would hear in other kaiju films.
Mhm.
So I don't know. Okay, I guess next episode is going to be the Amazing Colossal Man to catch back up with that. That's annoying. I mean, what do we even say at this point? We just keep yammering on about how racist this movie is.
I mean, what else is there to say?
What if this was just a 30-minute episode? Actually, we haven't even made it that far. We're still at 20 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, like the main takeaway here is the movie is bad. You should not watch it.
Yeah, just don't. Legitimately just watch the Japanese version.
Mhm.
Remember how he gets attacked by a random villager at the beginning of the film?
Oh yeah. Oh god, I almost forgot about that.
And it's like the worst fight scene ever. And like a tablecloth or something, a canvas, lands on them and it makes the guy run away for some reason.
Mhm.
Because he can't strangle the guy he already has his hands over if there's a cloth over top of him.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Ding! CinemaSins, ding! Ding ding!
like that scene wasn't even revisited at all after that,
Yeah,
was it?
no.
It happens and then it's like, okay, cool. Like, like I understand why this villager attacked this guy because
He deserves it.
he's
He's a white devil.
he's literally turning these people, like these villagers' lives into a living hell with military occupation and trying to force them out of their home, and like there should be consequences for what he is doing. And then yeah, yeah, no, like something else about that fight scene was it kind of drawing parallels to how the villagers are represented in the original movie. Um, in that one, they're they're very wary of like outsiders. Like they're a very isolated community,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not outright hostile. Like they don't attack people from outside their village. They just tell
Yeah.
them to go away.
Well, they don't even tell him to go away. Remember, the reporter is there. The reporter and his partner, who are they don't actually exist. They're just in the film. They only exist as stock footage of the main characters from the actual Varan film,
Mhm.
and they're in this universe. They're reporters, but they're living with the village.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. Like it feels like they're very different with how they are in the original movie and how they are in this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Because like in the original movie, like they eventually don't tell them to go away. I'm talking about like the initial like reaction to outsiders coming to their village. It's like, you probably shouldn't be here. This is dangerous for you, um but yeah, it's like they are, they're people. They treat them like people. In this movie, they're not, like, the villagers are not treated like actual people. They are hostile natives are that don't, like it is not addressed at all why this random villager attacks him. I understand why the villager attacked him. It's just not addressed because they don't want to make it seem like he's a bad guy. Like like our main character, Jim. They don't want him to seem like he's a bad guy, even though there is a very valid reason why he got attacked by the villager. And like, I think they're just trying to make it seem like they're even more. The movie uses the word primitive, like
Yeah. Like they quite literally call them primitive.
it's so fucking racist.
Also, there's a really good line that they have the Japanese American actor say to the white man. You're beginning to realize just how stubborn we Japanese can be.
Yeah.
Oh. Also, they have the fucking Japanese boy say "aso."
Mm-hmm.
Are you fucking kidding me, dude? We're doing like fucking cereal commercial level racism here.
Yeah.
You want to hear some notable quotables?
Sure.
I've already done a bunch, because that's all there is to this movie. I already did the should we be concerned about a handful of people. Awesome. It'll take more than mumbo jumbo to scare me away from finishing this job. Great. Awesome. They're simple people. They literally say that.
Yeah.
They do literally say they're calling you a cold-hearted tyrant. That part's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We did the laws governing newspapers. Immediately after that, when he's like, okay, I'm not going to evacuate the village anymore, the Japanese army guy is like, thank you for solving this. It's like, oh man, this guy wants to fucking jerk off white people so fucking bad. Ugh. Guy gets a little grumpy because his stupid little science experiment isn't going well.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's like, I'm acting like a little boy or an irritable husband. And his wife goes, I'm happy with both. Blech, gag me with a spoon.
Seriously, the wife just she is not even a character. She's just
The author's poorly disguised
sucking off a
fetish.
white guy. Yeah.
Japanese occupation was a mistake.
Yeah.
He tells his wife to be a good girl and leave the island because he's worried about the monster maybe appearing. The monster fucking destroys the entire village, killing everyone, including their friends, who will never be seen again. And the wife is like, "Oh, it's my fault because I told you to not evacuate them." And then he looks at her and says, "No one is to blame for this," while being the man who is to blame for this. He poisoned the monster and made it attack. Like, what do you want me to say?
That's the best, most ironic line in the entire movie, and like,
like her immediate response is to be like, "It's my fault," and his immediate response is to be, "Well, it's not my fault."
yeah. He is the only character in the movie that experiences no guilt whatsoever.
Then just like in the other movie, because they reused footage from that movie, the flares distract Varan and let them get away from his wrath. And right as that is shown to happen, where the flares distract the beast and make it go away, our wonderful actor, the Japanese American fellow playing the army guy, says, "You think the flares distracted the beast? Do you? Do you think that? Oh, do you think that? Really? Do you think that?" I'm not so sure. Can we run back the footage? Maybe we'll get a clearer answer next time. And then at the end of the movie, and then at the fucking end of the movie, the fucking goddamn end of the movie, this man, he has poisoned the waters for an entire island. The entire island is this one village that relies on this lake to live. He has poisoned that forever, destroyed their village by unleashing a giant monster upon them. Most of them are dead. I'm because they don't show up ever again. I assume they're mostly dead, just like in the original film. I just assume they're all dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had only by the might of the Japanese military was an actual city, like a full-on city, spared the full wrath of Varan. Which, by the way, wait, hold up. We don't actually get to see Varan attack the city, right? He doesn't like do a whole lot of that, right? We see it at the beginning of the movie, but we don't see it at the actual end of the movie, right?
Yeah.
They just like moved all those scenes to the beginning of the movie for no reason.
Yeah. I was thinking at the beginning of the movie, okay, they're going to be leading up to this big attack on the entire city, and then they don't even do the city attack.
Because they have it so that it gets attacked on the shore instead. Like it gets stopped on the shore, so it narrowly avoids that kind of tragedy, right? And then they just had all the scenes of destruction at the beginning of the movie to like whet your appetite for something that never comes.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the very end though, the man says to his wife, "Hey, there's a lake in Southern California. Let's go poison that one."
Yeah.
That's the conclusion to the film. Which also, by the way, the fucking protagonist of the film isn't there to see the monster die. He is still on the island. He never leaves the island with the village, while Varan has left the island to go to the city, that other island that has a city on it instead.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's just so many islands there, I guess. I don't know. So that like he's not there to see the end of the movie. He's just like listening to it on the radio.
Yeah.
He has to be told, "Oh, they killed the monster."
Directly. Yeah, his friend is explaining everything to him as it happens.
Like he's getting the radio play version of it. Getting the audio drama. It's just so underwhelming on every account. It's just every negative thing you could say about it is there.
Mm-hmm.
It has it all. It's got annoying ass sounds. So some of the sound effects they've replaced the original sound with are just the most aggravating gun noises you've ever heard in your entire life. All the acting is garbage except for the one guy. The writing is insipid and miserable. It's racist as fuck. It's boring. I don't think I've ever been this mad in one of these episodes.
Yeah.
This is a crime against cinema.
Mm-hmm.
This is a crime against the original Varan, and that movie wasn't even very good. It looks like fucking Godzilla in comparison to this, though. Fuck me, dude. We somehow made it to 30 minutes.
I guess so. Like a couple more things I have to say about the movie is like, one thing that kind of bothers me is the way it's paced. Like the original movie wasn't paced great, but it was paced way better than this. Mainly because like in this movie, the big thing that everyone is gathering around the lake for in the first place is for his stupid science experiment.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the military is there. That's why the reporters are there. It's to see his experiment. And then, like, and then it shows you scenes from when in the original movie, the military was specifically like firing into the lake to lure the monster out, to get it, or to try and kill it. Either way, but like
It was
kill
when they
it
were
or
luring it
lure it
out. They
out.
were when they were shooting the chemicals into the water to lure it out. So it actually kind of fits that in that way.
Yeah, but like,
That's the first thing they do instead of accidentally angering it and discovering that it's there.
yeah, like they found like the entire reason the military is there in the first place is because they're like, oh, there's a giant monster that could destroy everything in this lake. Let's go take care of it before it destroys everything. That's why the military is supposed to be there. In this movie, the military is there to suppress the natives. and and
And they sent they accidentally sent more than they needed because they were scared of the rumors of the god reptile or something. It's so fucking asinine.
yeah,
And that's what and like that over correction is what causes the tyrant rumors to spread or whatever.
and like the military is also there to keep the villagers from accessing the lake. Their entire source, like one of their main sources of livelihood, the military is there to prevent them from accessing the lake. And that they try and make up for it and seem like the good guys by being like, oh well, there are other sources of food, go get more food and bring it to the villagers,
Oh
everyone
yeah,
will
I'm
be
sure
happy.
this island has plenty of sources of food outside of the big lake that you're taking away from them.
And then the experiment starts. He sees all the fish dying, and he's like, oh, see, this is why we needed to keep the villagers away from the lake.
Because I'm
It's
about to
like,
poison it.
what's gonna happen to the villagers after your experiment's over?
It'll just go away. It's simple as.
Like,
Just like all those pit lakes and all those mines across the country. It'll just go away over time. Just don't think about it.
this is fucking insane. And so anyway, back to my main point with the pacing is like, with the original movie, there's this whole build up to like, why, like, the military's not involved until after a certain point, and then things start ramping up continuously. In this movie, the military's already there. They don't know there's a monster. They hear there's rumors there might be a monster, but there's no they don't believe those rumors. Except they kind of do, except they kind of don't. And then they poison the lake, everyone goes to bed, and then like they come back to the lake, and then there's like a sighting of the monster in which one guy sees it and fires his gun and dies of a heart attack. And then they come back to and then like just the pacing is all over the place.
Yeah. It's almost like they took what were supposed to be 3 episodes of television that had to be turned into a movie and then took 15 minutes of that and then made a whole other movie around them.
Cause it's like serious, like in the original movie, it's like there's a slow build up, it ramps up, and it's not perfectly paced, but it is paced in a very intentional way. And like once the movie starts picking up pace, it is picking up pace. This movie is like what? What? It, it can't make up its mind when the monster is attacking until they get to like yeah, until they get to the scene where like everyone sees a monster. But seriously, the pacing is so irritating.
It's really bad.
Um uh
Blowing it up with my mind.
yeah, there was like another thing I had to say about the pacing, but I don't know. Yeah, it's not good. That's the main takeaway here.
Yeah.
Something about the poisoning of the lakes.
I guess
Oh
I'll
yeah,
say.
yeah, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Uh, I guess just readdressing when like they're trying to shape him up as the good guy by suggesting all these ways to help the villagers by like find them food, bring them food, we'll take it out of our own rations. And it it like you're disrupting these people's livelihood. They were fine until you showed up. You're at fault here for why they don't have access to food anymore.
Yep. It's not good. It's not a good movie. There's exactly one new special effect in this film, and it's a screening shot that shows Varan's claw trying to get at them as they're in the cave. I don't even remember if that was in the original movie and they just screened over that, or if it's something originally made for this movie. I genuinely don't remember because Varan was not very memorable.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the exact one new special effect for this movie. So if you want to know
Yeah,
what we thought about the special effects of this movie, watch last episode or listen to it. What do you do? How do you enjoy a podcast? Do you watch it? I guess if you're on YouTube, you kind of do.
yeah, yeah. And I don't know. Like I've seen worse special effects, I guess, but it's not a particularly interesting one. Yeah, like the whole scene is like Viren is like clawing at the mountain to dig in to get to the cave where they're hiding so he can eat them or whatever.
Which is
And
exactly what happens in King Dinosaur, by the way.
yeah. Um and then when it so like from outside the mountain, he's clawing at it. He's like really getting his claws in there to create like an avalanche. And then when you see the view from inside the cave, it's like he's patting the entrance of the cave, be like, come here, come on out, come on out. I guess like one other little tidbit I have to say about this movie is when they're driving away in the Jeep after they do finally escape from the monster, and and Jim's like, we're gonna leave the lights off so that we don't get spotted because we need to be stealthy so we're not spotted by the monster. And then he beeps his horn as they're driving away.
Yeah.
Did you know this movie's bad?
Yeah, I did, weirdly. I don't know. Like, what do I say about this fucking thing? It's just so fucking. You know?
Mm-hmm. Ugh.
Just like pure nothing. Gonna have to cut out so much dead air from this episode.
Also, I just have to readdress the fact that, like, literally the thing that kills the monster, and also we don't even know for certain if it does kill the monster, because at the very end he says something about like,
It's gonna die.
we're not even sure if the monster is dead or not. It might come back another day. And then, but like the thing that supposedly kills the monster, or at the very least drives it off, is this dude Jim's whole chemical that to poison the water to help people. It's the entire thing that woke the monster up in the first place and pissed it off, and
Yeah.
like caused all this destruction in the first place. It's like no one learns anything.
There is not a lesson to be learned here.
It's literally just, oh, a monster happened to wake up because we were poisoning the water.
Oh well,
And then
can't stop progress.
we'll kill it with more poison. And then we'll continue to use this poison to, quote unquote, help the world by poisoning another lake.
It
Like,
reminds
there.
me of the one former Greenpeace guy who goes around saying that fossil fuels are actually good, actually. And the atmosphere actually needs more carbon dioxide, so it's good that we're pumping it out.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of that. Like this movie takes the same approach to chemicals and giant monsters.
Yeah. I guess another thing, if you want to kind of have an idea without watching this movie of what exactly the entire approach is of this military sciencey guy trying to access this lake that is honestly like pretty sacred. It's like, it just brings me back to like all the oil pipelines in the like in the US, where oil companies are trying to drill for oil um in sacred land, and people there ask the same questions that they do in this movie of, can't you do this somewhere else? And they're just like, fuck no. um and they just do it anyway and do it through military force. It's like the same exact, like, there are so many parallels to that, and at no point does this movie make it seem like it's even slightly self-aware of the fact that Jim is the bad guy.
Yeah.
He is literally the bad guy. He's the reason the monster wakes up in the first place. He's the reason the village gets destroyed. And even if the monster hadn't shown up, the village still would have been destroyed because he poisoned their main source of food, and like, he is doing evil shit. This is villain shit. And the movie doesn't recognize it at all. It's like, oh no, he's helping the world.
Yeah. This movie is Rodan if Rodan didn't know fuck about shit. It has a similar story, but it just treats it with such an entirely different tone.
Yeah.
And I think that's bad. They took like a good movie and made it bad, basically.
Yeah.
This movie is about climate change and it doesn't even know it. Like
Mm-hmm.
uh, I'm done. I've got nothing else.
Yeah. I was just kind of waiting for the whole movie for him to have this realization that, oh, maybe I shouldn't be doing this because it's like it awoke a, like, if the fact that he's poisoning the environment isn't going to be enough to wake him up, maybe a giant fucking monster would, but no.
No.
He's too thick-skinned, like he's too full of himself to admit any wrongdoing on his part. It Like that just I knew pretty early on in the movie that like there is no way they were ever gonna have him take any responsibility or any accountability for what he did.
Yeah. You want to know a fun fact?
Mm-hmm.
Ishiro Honda didn't know that this thing existed until the 1980s.
Oh my god.
That's like 20 years later.
You know, I would I would kind of really part of me would love to see his reaction to watching this movie, and part of me would not. Like, that's just abuse. Like this movie is one of his children, and it's been mutilated and
Well,
desecrated. Like
to be fair, it was already like that when he released it the first time.
it was like we've talked about this before, how Ishiro Honda at this point is kind of being pushed to his limit by the studio, and he's probably experiencing a little bit of burnout at this point.
Yeah.
But even so, this still has a degree of his own like creative vision and creative input into its creation.
Mm-hmm.
And he did not have a single say in what happened in this movie.
Yeah. And the hard thing is we don't really ever get to know the true feelings of a lot of like Ishiro Honda on these Americanized remakes. Almost, calling this one a remake is even a stretch. Like
It's a whole new
it's a
movie.
new movie with some of their footage used, and it's you don't really get to hear their true feelings because they kind of have to hide those.
Mhm.
Like, does he care about it? Hard to say.
Yeah.
Hard to say. Kind of like um the lines in this movie. Let's just get out of here.
Yeah.
We don't really have anything else. It's close enough to an hour. After we cut it, it will be less than even this. But so this movie is a shitload of fuck. What were they
Yeah.
thinking? I'd rather have a bull crap on my poopy head. Gonna take you back to the past. Okay, next time we're gonna be playing a little bit of catch up, I guess, with the Colossal Man, since we've apparently just didn't have that in the list. Folks, if we miss a kaiju film, tell us in the comments. I'll get back to them.
Yeah.
You gotta help us with that shit, because there's so many of them, and not all of them are like with how broad we are painting this brush, a lot of them don't get mentioned in some of the places I look in when trying to make this list. So yeah, next time the amazing colossal man, and then after that the sequel, which is Attack of the Colossal Man or some shit like that. I don't know. And then after that, we'll finally get to the giant Gila monster, which was what was going to originally be the next episode, but we've got a couple of colossal men to look at. Well, actually, it's the same colossal men, but we'll get to that later.
Mhm.
Thank you so much for listening. I hope you enjoyed somehow this episode. If you took a rain check this episode, I don't blame you. But the rest of the episodes are good. So make sure you're recommending every episode other than this one to your friends on them Podian or any podcast app of your choosing. Haru, where can people find you?
I'm Haru Hayes. I'm a puppy girl VTuber. I stream on twitch.tv/Haru Hayes. I also have a Blue Sky, haru.vspire.live. And I have a YouTube channel where, if you're listening to this right now, I have actually uploaded a couple videos on there. So yeah, my YouTube channel's back up and running, guys. It's been like a year, but it's back up.
it's back and better than ever. I'm the Empire Ian. You can find me at neocities.org slash, no, that's not it. It's neocity, wait. It's thempireian.neocities.org. Sorry, this fucking movie zonked me the fuck out. I'm gone.
This movie destroyed your brain cells.
It really did. Are you ready to say goodbye to Varan again?
Yeah.
Sayonara, Varan. Sorry what they did to you.
Sayonara, Viren. You did not deserve this.
You know what I should do is I should take all of this and like 15 minutes from the last episode and make a full episode out of that.